Tim Markoglu, 445 in the left. Gerard Hamlick, 489 in the right lane. Hey, Pete. I saw him in the lanes. I don't know how far he is. Yeah. Six to a 30 advantage. Timmy gets the win. 006, 3 above. Gerard was 30 on the tree, also 3 above the dial. Anthony D'Agostino, left lane in the dragster, 453. Right lane, Amy Tate. $482 for Tate. D'Agostino's car is for sale. And don't remember what he had it listed at, but it's a pretty good deal for a 450 car. Runs 450 up here. A little better air, 440 car. Not too many of those for sale. Dead on, 26, dead on 8 for D'Agostino. Amy, Little Ancy goes 20 red. She'll be buying back. Bruce Fiorito and Kevin Core. 435 dial for Fiorito. Pretty much the biggest spread you will see in 8th mile racing. 435 is spotting a 7 flat. Kevin gets away with one there. He's 34, runs 5 over to get their 16th thou. Fiorito. Eight over the dial. Brings up Brian Hoover and Grant Nichols. Hoover laying on that converter. Works out. He's 13, 1 above, gets the win. Nichols was 33, drops to go 2 above the dial. Chrissy Klein in the left. $465 for Klein, $608 for Lorelei Hoover. Red light Klein. Hoover gets the win, 18, dead on the dial. 608 on the 608 for Lorelei Hoover. Yeah. Here we got DJ Clark and Jeff Krasinski. DJ was the pro class points champion this year. Jeff made a run at the Super Championship, came up a couple rounds short. .008 for Jeff, gets their 19th out for the win. 26 up front for DJ Clark. Left a little too much on the starting line. Go ahead. Got Mike Rogers and Scott Tate. Yeah. That's Scott Tate. 477 for Rogers, 551 for Scott Tate. Tate, 13, 3 above the dial, taking 7th out at the finish line. Tate cutting that one a little close to the stripe. Rogers a little behind, runs 2 above to leave him 7th out behind at the finish line. There he is, Jack Ostrowski. And Richie Williams, 441 for Jack, 490 for Richie. Big starting line advantage for Jack. 17 takes 6th out at the stripe to be 4 over the dial. Jack gets the win. Richie, 46 and 2 above. Leaves him 6th out behind. Al Zerniak and Mark Price. Yeah. .518 for Al, 473 for Mark.
Over there, the red one? Well, no, you gotta take care of it then. Previous car left stuff on.
Yeah. Good one here, 10 to a 7. How about Al Zerniak? 18 total, taking 4th out at the stripe for Al Zerniak. He's 10, dead on 8, gets their 4th out. Mark Price, 007, 1 above the dial on the drop. Leaves him 4th out behind at the finish line. Jack Grader and Lenny Wisniewski. 532 to a 547. Couple quick door cars. Five thou separate them. 14, 1 above for Grader, gets the win. Lenny was 19. Looks like he dropped to be 4 over the dial. Bill Maroon and Ray Bozick. 454 to a 484. 3/10 handicap to the right lane. Good one here. 005 to a 14, give it to Bill Maroon. 005 runs 2 over the dial. Gets the win. Bozick, 14 up front, but misdialed the car a little bit. 488 on the 484. Today's race sponsored by the Biondo Playbook. For all you guys that were worried about what to dial this morning, no time run, off the trailer, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Buy the Biondo Playbook, buy yourself a weather station at BiondoRacingProducts.com, and you'll have no worries. They'll tell you how to use it and tell you how to dial the car. 029 to an 020. Bob Kalitsky gets the win by 0.02 of a second. 29, 1 above, gets there 2 thou. Brings up Chris Gagne and Brad Givler. Big advantage for Givler on the tree. 10, 4 above, gets the win. Yeah, if you want.
All right, picking back up, round 1 of the 10K, Mark Morgan, Carl Drake Jr. Sun's peeking out. That's what we like to see. Uh-oh. Carl doesn't leave the starting line, and Morgan runs it almost wide open, one above. 463 at 144. Did kill a little bit. Drake, not sure what happened. Was sitting there on the line for a while and rolls it down the track. These guys are getting after it. A pair of 330-foot burnouts. As Dalton rolls in the left lane, as Bob Mulaney's favorite driver, 442 Dylan, and Jason Waldron, 462. No, that's not part of the playbook. There's no 330-foot burnout necessary, unless it's 20 degrees out, maybe. Might be a little bit for show, bud.
Yeah.
Remember, we're all about the win lights, Josh. Keep your eye on the ball. So Rolls and Waldron, 2/10 separating them in handicap. Rolls is chasing about 90% of the time in either car. Oh, Rolls having a little trouble, and Waldron's probably going to ease back out of it. 464.
That's the shank.
Oh, that's a shank. The shank goes 464 and a 462. Dalton was 003. He had him against the ropes. Something happened to Dalton's car. Half track looked like he might have had a feather it or something there. Mark Talmadge and Tim Armstrong. Looks like we got a great field here. Folks at Numidia Dragway want to thank you guys for sticking with us. They worked their butts off last night. Didn't work out, but now it is. Almost a heads-up start here. Armstrong, 476. Armstrong, 475. Talmadge with the shorter dragster, probably about a 225-incher there. 476. Ed Quay, that's what it's looking like, Big Ben. That was before your time, bud.
Bracketeer, right?
That's an old bracketeer. Even Vin knows. All right, this one's going to go up top. Win light, left lane. Mark Talmadge in the bracketeer, 21 over. That was good enough. Armstrong was 24. Might have scrubbed just a little bit. Got to the stripe, second by 2.5 hundredths. Matt Pizzolato and Mark Denenbaum, little roadster dragster matchup here. Matt, Siegel's old dragster, 452. Looks like he pepped up the motor a little bit. Mark Denenbaum, 564. Big Vin and the crew giving you a heck of a deal on the double entries. We don't even do that at the Fling, Big Vin. We don't give those kind of deals. $320 for 2 entries. So a lot of people are doubling. If you lost, you can still double. Get a discount. Denenbaum's going to take up the win. Pizzolato drops at 5 thou red and only 1 thou under. Denenbaum missed the dial there by 4 hundredths. He goes 560 on a 564.
Playbook.
He does? Yeah. You might have to dig into the playbook there, but yeah, you got the win light, and that's what we're all about.
You gotta know how to use the internet.
Sometimes you got to shut the mic off down up here, I guess. So Bob Engelman, good driver from Kutztown, PA, and looks like that's Tommy Spangler. Spangler was my dad's rival at Englishtown in the 80s. He was my rival at Englishtown in the 90s. He's a heck of a drag racer. Comes up here for the big money events. Uncle Bud sitting there on the starting line, tuning the car. 3/10 going to Spangler. Spangler drops it 1 thou red, and Engelman was there for the taking. 32, 6 thou under for Engelman. Spangler's going to have to buy back. 1 thou red, 485 at 141.
Oh, yes.
There's Kenny Crown, the regular, and Justin McGow. Miguel, how about 003? He's out in front. And he turns on the lamp. 498 on a 497 at only 132. So Miguel driving both ends of the track. Kenny Crown runs it wide open, 013, 2 above. And here comes Mr. Sacamano. Something about this guy, Bob, he just has that charisma. Paul Campanella, he's been on fire lately. He picked up a 10K win. Was it 10 or 20, Ben, that he won? 20K win here, but I can promise you Sacamano doesn't care about any of that. He's looking for a 523. Campanella's looking for a 451. Big Bob makes a bold prediction. Sacamano's going to stage second. Campy's bumping it in. And Sacamano follows. Both drivers are teeing on a tree. Let's take it to the top. How about Sacamano? Dead on with a 3. That was right by the playbook, baby. He did take 0006, but he didn't take 0006. He was wide open. Paul Campanella, probably, that's a pretty good run for this round, 22,000 package, but Sacamano just barely squeaks by. I think the nose of that Oldsmobile got it done for him. Robert Bennett and Brian Balducci. This is a good matchup. Balducci from Atco, New Jersey. We all know Atco closed its doors, and Balducci's come up here and raced with us for some of the big money races. And the local Bob Bennett. Really good guy right here, Bob Bennett, and a really tough racer. I'm gonna...
On standby.
All right, attention to pits. We need pro buybacks. You're on standby. Pro buybacks on standby. Good one here. Balducci with 6,000 in his pocket, but Bennett turns on the win light. Double breakout there. Balducci 007, 13,000 under. Bennett 013 and just 2,000 under, so he's a little closer to the dial, and Balducci will have to buy back.
Dialing. I came up from dialing.
Oh,
You gotta buy the plate.
I got...
All right, Pete's going to hand over the mic to, me. Frank Buck Jr. going to take on Donnie Algieri. Frank Buck Jr. left lane out of New Jersey in the dragster. Oh, yeah. What's that number? Oh, second number. Oh, yeah, I didn't even look at the car. Maybe I should stand up. Frank Buck Jr. left lane anyway, 489. Going to take on Zimmerman. Right lane, 531. Dial in Camaro. 200s. Separate him. Advantage goes Frank Buck Jr. But the win light goes Zimmerman. 24 up front. 3 above takes 11th out. Frank Buck Jr. was 004, but I'm telling you, he was to the wood. Goes 6 above at 137. Just not a good lap. Zimmerman moving on. Dave Catherman left lane. Camaro dial 644. Going to take on Dan Marinelli. Marinelli out of East Stroudsburg. 496 dial for the dragster. Dan showed up this morning. Made a time shot or two. Let's race it for 10 G's. Slight advantage goes Catherman. Win light goes Marinelli by 7th out. 30 up front, dead on 2. 32 pack. Gets there by 7th out. Camaro was 20. 1 above 9, no good. Marinelli to round number 2. Mark Ernest and...
That's not Sean Stead.
Sean Steffi. Steffi right lane, dial 499. Ernest. Dr. Jekyll out of Millville, dial 453, left lane. Steffi turns it red. Ernest 016, 3 thou under. Comes back for round number 2. Steffi's going to have to think about a buyback. 15 red, 3 above. It's going to send him to the front gate. David George and not Richie Leone. David George left lane, 465 dial. Oh, it is Rich Leone. Driving a Campanella car, dial 469. Taking up the right lane. $14,000 separate advantage. Richie Leone, win line. Leone, 004, 1 above. Gets there by 25,000. David George was 18, 2 above, no good. Richie Leone to round number 2. Brian Source, Jessica Bennett next up. Source left lane out of Orangeville. In the dragster this week, dial 491, going to take on Jessica Bennett out of Bergen, New York. Bennett. Love the paint scheme on this car, or the wrap, whatever it is. Dial 485. $3,000 separated. Advantage went to Source. Win like goes. To Source by 1,000. 21 dead on 8. 29 total. Bennett was 24 dead, 6 for a 30 pack. Ends up 1,000 behind Brian Source. We'll move on.
All the way to the back, so.
Gonna make a first call for pro buybacks to 5 and 6. Pro buybacks 5 and 6.
Up in the back of the lane.
Potential buy goes to Alberts.
Yeah, sure.
Chris Beauchamp, Billy Boyko. 8 to a 10. Slight advantage goes Boyko. Win like goes. Chris Beauchamp, 10 up front, dead on 1, 11 pack. And he'll come back for round 2. We got Jason Waldron going to take on, I believe, Dan Marinelli. Waldron left lane in the S10, dial 641, going to take on Marinelli. Dragster, dial 482. Once again, pro buybacks to 5 and 6. Pro buybacks 5 and 6. Marinelli, 17 dead on 1, puts his win light on. Come back for round number 2. Waldron was 13. Took 10th out to break out by 5 now. Had to take 5 or less. When your competitor's got 35 mile an hour on you, it's a little tough to do. Marinelli will move on. Round 2. Brian Hoover. Brian Mersky next up. Hoover left lane. Camaro dial 683. Going to take on Mersky out of Flanders. New Jersey, dial 496. Possible buy for the pro buybacks. We got to change it up. Billy Lieber is the potential buy in the buybacks for pro. Billy Lieber, potential buy, lane 7. Double 06 to 25, advantage went to Mirsky. Win light goes Brian Hoover. Wow. Hoover is 025, goes 8 above. Mirsky is 006, takes 18 hun at the stripe. Break out by a whole bunch. Hoover comes back. Brian Mahler and Joe Bonomo. Mahler left lane out of Rome, New York. Small block power, dial 513. Going to take on Bonomo out of Pittston, Pennsylvania. Dial 499. Nobody's good, but somebody's better. That'd be Joe Bonomo. He's going to put the win light on. 40, dead on 5. Come back for round number 2. Mahler was late at 067. Broke out, was still behind. Bonomo, 45 pack. Coming back.
Jay's not on the line. Jay.
Gavin Shoemaker, left lane, driving the S10, dial 610. Going to take on Mike LaRose Jr. Vega Wagon, dial 583. Oh, baby, somebody's in trouble. LaRose going to get there, no problem. 34 up front, way above. Gavin having problems on the starting line. Can't explain it, but breaks out and was behind. LaRose comes back. Erica Grader, left lane, driving Mustang, dial 597. Going to take on Jay Ralston. Ralston, right lane. Pro charge, drag exit, dial 446. This is stellar. Advantage went to Ralston. Win light goes Erica Grader, and this is not pretty. She's 3 above and late. Ralston is way above and late. Erica comes back. I'm being kind. 63 to 75. Josh Speck, left lane, dialed 444, out of Fulton, New York. And take on Tom Hoover, right lane, Camaro, dial 610. one here, 6 to a 10. Slight advantage goes to Tom Hoover. When light goes to Spec, 10. 4 above, takes 13 down. Hoover was 006, ends up almost 600 above. No good. Spec, moving on. Final call for pro buybacks to 5 and 6. Final call, pro buybacks 5 and 6. We got Cammy Manor, left lane. At New York, dial 459. Gonna take on Mikey Barber. Don't call me Mikey. Driving his Mustang, dial 618.
Right lane water needs to open the window. Can't see the number.
Big advantage goes Mike Barber. When light goes Barber, 003, 2 above. Gets there by 22 down. Cammy was a little bit late at a 47. Broke out by 2 down, was still behind. Don't call me Mikey. Round number 2.
It's gonna, yeah,
We got Doug Linden and Marty Flagel next up. Now I'm gonna tell you, this 55 is, sorry Dalton, I'm sorry, I'm gonna apologize right now. This is my best appearing every time he shows up. 55 Chevy, dial 511, gonna take on Marty Flegel. X Mike Christie pickup truck, dial 628. Flegel turns to 10th dial red. Linden, move that pretty 55 to round number 2. 42 reaction time, dead on 3. Probably have to touch up their light, but he'll come back. Round number 2.
You said yes, he is?
Grant Nichols showed up.
Drunk, he said.
Guess he was here yesterday, dial 5 flat. Take on Heather Castelletti. Right lane, I don't believe it's Billy Lieber, even though I'm reading that. Heather, dial 475.
This might show us Emily is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
18 to a 53 advantage. Castelletti, win like Castelletti. 18, hit on 3, 21 total. Nichols was late at 053, goes dead on 1, but no good. Heather coming back. Dan Marinelli, Bradenacre. Marinelli left lane, driving the dragster out of East Stroudsburg. Dial 504, gonna take on Bradenacre. 66, Chevy 2 Nova. Dial 579.
We're gonna call the.
Gonna make a call for super door car buybacks to 1 and 2. Super door car buybacks to 1 and 2. Potential buy, Daryl Tillman.
Just called in the door car buybacks.
Door car buybacks 1 and 2. Bring them on up. Potential buy, Tillman. Nova gonna leave first. Nine to a 13, 4th out separate. Good one here, where light goes. Dan Marinelli, 9, dead on 5, 14 total. It's there by 16th out. Acre was 013. Didn't have a whole lot of room, ends up 1 above, no good. Marinelli putting 2 to round number 2. Ryan Hoover left lane, dialed 483. Going to take on Al Zerniak. in the Bantam, dial 518. Advantage goes Brian Hoover. Win like goes Brian Hoover. 12 up front, 3 above. He takes 13th out. The Bantam was a little bit late. Goes down on 5, but no good for Zerniak. And we had the final pair, round number 1. Frank Marks Sr., left lane, dial 494, out of New Jersey. Take on Brian Reclitus, Pittston, Pennsylvania, right lane, dial 471. Final pair, round number 1. Three down between them, 10 to a 13. Advantage Reclitus, win light Reclitus. 10 dead 7 for a 17 pack. Takes 2 thou. Frank Mark was 13 dead 6. 20 pack. 19 pack, no good. Yeah, there's my math again. Reclitus comes back, round number 2. Once again, door car, top bulb, door car buybacks, the 1 and 2. Potential buy goes Darrell Tillman.
Once again. Here we go. JP Jr. and Mark Price. What was that?
Be sure if you're questioning shot, but it was a police or a dime shot.
Once again, we're looking for Door car buybacks. Door car. Top bulb door car buybacks will take you to 1 and 2. Jennifer Vignola and Matt Wachowski. Gagne gets the win there.
Just gonna do a little computer work before we go into the next stop, and we need more cars anyway, so just a little bit of time.
One more time. Top bulb door cars for buybacks. We'll take you now. Top bulb door car buybacks. We will take you now. Flegel picks up the win there.
You have the door car buyback suffered. You need
Brings up Tom Scrifignano and Billy Lieber.
All right, so if you're a top bulb door car buying back, this is the absolute final call. We're firing up. We're getting ready to go. Dragsters, we'll be calling you in about a minute or two. Dragsters for the buyback, be ready.
All right, here we go. Door car buybacks coming out now. We'll now call dragster buybacks to lanes 3 and 4. Dragster buybacks will take you to 3 and 4, please.
You're good for lanes 1 and 2. You won't need overflow, right?
Got Christina in the left and Robert Croce in the right. 558 for Croce. 7 flat for Christina. Winlight Croce 11, 2 above the dial, gets behind on the drop. Christina was 23, breaks out 6 thou, taking 14, needed to take 8 thou or less. So just to keep you updated on today's schedule, we're in buybacks now. We're gonna run out buybacks. We're gonna run round 2 of the 10 grander, and then we'll bring in junior dragsters for your time run. So we're running the buybacks. We'll run round 2 of the 10 grander, then junior time run after round 2 of today's race. Dennis Core, 11th thou red, gives a win to Mark Ernest. 31 up front, runs 7th thou under the dial. Dave Catherman and Joe Dukin. Dukin 19, 1 above the dial, gets the win. Catherman 21, breaks out by 6 thou, taking 16, needed to take 10 or less. Joey Harrison in the Camaro, Tommy Calabro in the truck. Just slight head start going to the left side. Winlight, Joey Harrison, 22, 2 above, gets there 16 thou. 3 thou red for Brock Mosier. Tate, 008, 11 thou under the dial. Tough break for Brock. 003 red, goes down there, runs dead on with a 9. Got Gavin Shoemaker coming around and Terry Benton Jr. 610 for Gavin, 622 for Terry. Advantage for Terry. Oh, give the win to Gavin. 25, 1 above. Gonna say both of them on the drop there. Terry needed to take that stripe. Todd Shupp and Braden Aker. 596 for Shupp, 580 for Braden. To a 45. Todd Shupp with the advantage. Todd Shupp with the win. Taking 7th out. 19 on the tree. Takes 7th out at the finish line for Todd Shupp. Gets him back in the round 2. Matt Harp, left side in the Camaro. Lining up with Grant Nichols. Oh my goodness. Big advantage for Grant. He should make this work, and he does. 31, 6 over the dial for Grant. Tommy Hoover, left side. 613 on the Camaro, taking on Brian Source in the Roadster. 546 for Source in the Roadster. Think he put a new engine in that. Picked it up. Couple tenths. Gets the win. 13 dead, 5, 18 total for Hoover. Source was 005. We got a weird mile an hour on that one. Yeah. Cones down or something? Yeah.
Hold the bear in the water, shut them down. On the line.
Brings up Jason Waldron and Evan Paust. 12 to a 15. Paust gets the win. 15, 2 above. Gets there by 5 thou for Paust. Waldron, 12, 3 above, leaves him 5 thou behind. I just got to do some quick maintenance out there. The mile-an-hour cone got a little out of alignment. We're just going to put it back in place, and we'll be right back to it. All right, so got another minute of quiet. Once again, juniors will make your time run after round 2 of today's 10 grander. So we got running buybacks now. We'll run round 2, and then we'll run a junior time run. So juniors, you can get them ready, but you got a little bit of time still. All right, back into it. DJ Clark and JP Sr. Grandpa Bernie goes by many names. Win light for DJ Clark. 003 to a 005. Give the win light to Tillman on the double breakout. 003, 4 thou under for Tillman. Moves him into round number 2. That concludes door car buybacks. We'll get into the dragsters now. Brings up Brian Mailer and Gavin Roth. $5.11 for Mailer.
Just another heads up.
$5.11 for Mailer, $5.14 for Roth. Double red light, give the win to Roth. True start victory for Gavin Roth. Now we got Dalton Rolls and Amy Tate. $28 to a 32. Dalton gets the win. 7,000 stripe for Dalton. All right, here we go. Bruce Fiorito and Grant Nichols. 440 for Bruce, 501 for Grant. Fiorito gets the win, 19 dead on the dial. Chrissy Klein and George Miller, 465 for Chrissy, 479 for George. 1 thou, separate them up front. Double breakout, give it to Chrissy Klein. She's 3 thou under. Georgie, 16 on the tree, got there 13 thou, needed to take 2 thou or just get behind. Dom Balducci and Ray Bozic. 480 for Dom, 487 for Ray. True start. Double red light, true start, victory for Ray Bozek by 2 thou on the red light.
There's 4 more around the bend. They're moving up, and then that's what you got.
Final call, buybacks. Final call, all buybacks. Put pro round 2 on standby. But this is a final call for buybacks. Dragsters, door cars, whatever you got. If you bought back and didn't run the buyback round yet, we'll take you now. Final call. Matt Pislato and Jeff Wisniewski. Wisniewski, double 02, 1 above, taking 8 thou at the stripe, gets back in. Frank Mark Jr. and Gerard Hamlick. Frank Mark Jr. picked up the $20,000 win a couple weeks ago at the Numidia 150. Gerard Hamlick, also a finalist at the Numidia 150. He was runner-up in the first $20,000 race. So a couple of guys have been driving good lately. Match up here in the buyback round. And we got a staging duel. Who's gonna go in first? Gerard's bumping in. Oh my goodness. Two thou red for Gerard and Frank Mark Jr. Let's go 61. Tough break for Gerard. Next pair of dragsters, Dave George and Tim Armstrong, 468 to a 475. Dave's got the little blower on there, goes 460s. Soft setup. .001, one above for Armstrong, gets there 2 thou. 001, take 2 thou, will win almost every time. Chet Dragon and Tom Spangler. Spangler gets away with one. 34. 2 thou under on the double breakout. Give it to Spangler by 4 thou. Good one there. Jessica Bennett, 17, dead 5, 22 total, but 5 thou behind. Steffi was 15, dead 2. Gets there by 5 thou. Once again, final call, buybacks. Final call for buybacks. I will take round 2 pro. Round 2 pro, lanes 5 and 6. Car number 1301, Kevin Core is our potential buy. Round 2 pro will take you now. Pro, round 2, 5 and 6.
5 and 6, car 13.
Bruce Fiorito and Brian Balducci, Winlight, Balducci, 006, dead 9, 15 total, locks out Bruce's 28 light. Frank Mark Jr. and Ray Bozick. 493 to a 486. Win light for Frank Mark by 4 thousandths of a second. 11, dead 4, 15 total.
Down for pros, 20.
And our last pair for buybacks, Billy Boyko and Dalton Rolls. $488 for Billy, $452 for Dalton. Billy, 15, 8 thou under. Dalton, 16 on the tree, runs 32 thou under. Win light, Billy Boyko.
Okay, fuel closing at 1:30. Fuel closing at 1:30, 15-minute final call. We might be missing one car in pro. Absolute final call. Pro is on the line.
All right, we'll take double entered top bulb door cars 1 and 2. If you have 2 entries, door car, we will take you to 1 and 2 now, please. Flegel gets the win, 14 dead 4 as Volman is 52 red. Christina DeBartolomeo and Billy Lieber, 697 for Christina, 609 for Billy. Double 04 for Lieber.
Tell her it's good.
Win light, Lieber. Cody Hoover and Grant Nichols, 690 for Hoover, 646 for Nichols. Once again, we're looking for double entered door cars for round 2. Double entered door cars for round 2 will take you to 1 and 2. Identical 32 reaction times. Win light, Nichols. On the double breakout, Nichols gets the win. Mike LaRose Jr. and Sean Nichols. 584 for LaRose, 651 for Sean Nichols.
Lane water 643 on the top.
Fourth out, separate them. 027 for LaRose, 031 for Nichols. Give the win light to LaRose by 14 thousandths of a second. LaRose, 27, 1 above. Moves in the round number 3. Paul Northrop and Matt Witowski. Separate them. 028 to 029. Give it to Witowski by 7 thousandths of a second. 28 dead on 8. 36th out package for Matt Witowski.
No, we're you want, Bobby?
Yeah, we might have lost Ben.
DJ Clark and Kyle Robb.
We put out the call. It is what it is.
676 for DJ, 602 for Kyle. Win light, DJ Clark, 36, dead on 8, 44 package, locks out Kyle Robb's 48 reaction time. Evan Paust and Dennis Core. 665 for Paust, 686 for Dennis Core. At this time, we'll take all door cars for round number 2. Super Pro door cars, all of you will take you for round number 2. One thou separate them again. Neither driver killed the tree, but Dennis Core is going to pick up the win. He's 53, gets there 0, 0, 0, 5. 5, 10 thou margin of victory goes to Dennis Core. Paust gave that one back. Chris Gagne and Mark Price Jr. Double 06 for Price. Ah, he breaks out 3 thou. Pricey. Come on, Pricey. 006 to a 32. Takes a little too much stripe. Needed to take 38 or less. He took 41. Gagne moves on. Brings up Roy Hall and Petey Prasnell. Roy Hall gets the win there. 53, 3 above. Good enough for Roy Hall. And Kevin Core will take the bye for round 2 of Pro. We're looking for all our door cars. There's a lot more of you. All door cars. We'll take you to the lanes now. 1, 2. Door cars. Bring them in.
All right, so just a heads up, the possible buy for the door cars, 160CX Calabro. You go to lane 7, Tommy Calabro, lane 7. This is a final call for top bulb door cars. Super Pro door cars, we're pulling you now. If you're not in the lanes, you are late. Super Pro door cars, final call. Dragsters, be ready. Very short standby. Dragsters, be ready. Okay, we got round 2 door cars approaching the starting line now. We have made the final call. If you're a round 2 door car, well, you missed it. You're going to have to come in with the dragsters or make your way to the lanes. They think they're putting overflow in 3 and 4, so you still have time. Get on down here if you want to run a door car. Otherwise, you'll run with the dragsters. So here we go. Peter Biondo, Joe Dukin. First pair out. Biondo, 592, Joe, 527. So Biondo's going to pick up the win here with a 25 total package, 15 up front, 1 above 0. Gets there by 7th thou. Joe was 22, also 1 above with a 0 to be 7th thou behind at the hit, at the finish, I should say. That's going to bring up Joey Harrison and Scott Tate. Harrison, 614 in the left. Scott, 554. And that pretty Mustang. 002's a pair. This is a good one here. Identical reaction times. Oh, wow, that's a great race. Wow, Scott Tate picking up the win. 002, dead 02 total takes 8 thou, as Joey was 10 total. 002, dead on 8. Wow, so 10 to a 002 pack. Wow, 8 thou going to Scott Tate. That's a great race. Okay, here comes Lindsay Cisco driving hubby's car, the Cavalier 83 model, 594 in the tower side lane. Going to take on Rich Manginelli. Going to dial in 586 over in their 2000 Camaro. 24th thou advantage going to Manginelli in the right lane. 006 to an 030 at the stripe. Give it to Rich. 006 on the brakes, 3 above. Takes 9th thou. B00, take 00. Rich Manginelli, moving on. Here comes the troublemaker, Bob Sacamano, tower side lane, 523 on the cutty. I'm gonna give the slight spot to Tommy Zimmerman, pulling up in his 68 Camaro, right side. Tommy, 532 on the dial. Good one here, 5 thou to Sacamano, 11 to a 16. Sacamano runs it dead on the dial, 14 total, taking 15 at the stripe. Zimmerman, 016 off the hit, 1 above, found himself 15 thou behind, and on the trailer. Here comes Gavin Shoemaker, tower side pickup truck, dialed 606. Getting the head start over Mark Denenbaum, pulls up in Biondo lane, dialed 560. Another good race, 009 to an 016. 7th thou to Shoemaker at the stripe, give it to Gavin. 009 takes 25 thou at the stripe. He's 1 off. 607 on the 606. Denenbaum, 16 and made the wrong decision. Dropped it off to be 3 above the dial. The losing effort. Yeah. Okay, pickup truck, tower side. Bobby Murphy, 636. Gonna take on Bill Carroll. 79 model Monza, dialed in 603. So Bobby Murphy picks up the win there, 021, dead on, 25 total as Bill Carroll let loose 002 red. Okay, we got a pair of Kyles now. That's Kyle Core and Kyle Bigley, also known as K-Money. Near identical reaction times. 1 thou advantage goes to the right lane. That's Core. Bigley's going to pick up the win here. 011, 1 above. 75 on the 74. Takes 10 thou at the stripe. As Core was 10, but 2 above and 10 behind. Got Brian Volman pulling up in the Mustang. 923 getting the big spot over John Northrup. Gonna dial 630. Well, Volman rolls it past the tree. All right, so a little issue there and some sportsmanship on John Northrop's part. We're going to get back to it.
I think third time's gonna be the charm here. An instant return of sportsmanship by Volman. Northrop probably didn't reset his delay box after the first mishap. I don't know what happened here. Well, still not sure what happened there. We'll see how that one plays out. Next pair will be Jeff Krasinski and Francis Vignola. 566 for Krasinski, 684 for Vignola.
Jeff Krasinski, 20 better off the hit over Francis Vignola. Going to be good enough for the win. Krasinski on the brakes. Pretty decent reaction time advantage. And both drivers above the dial. Krasinski moving on. So similar race to the last one in terms of reaction time. 16 to a 34. Advantage Lorelei, win light Lorelei. Dead on the dial. 23 total. She actually crossed second. Mark Ernest was 34 and out by a ton. All right, we got a pretty big oil down here. It's going to be a few minutes. So you got a little bit of time here.
Okay, listen up once again. Concession stand is still open. Concession stand is open. If you want to get something for your ride home or later, concession stand is open. Souvenir stand will be open for about another hour. Souvenir stand still open and be open for about an hour more. Want to get a shirt? We have signed shirts by Jack Ostrowski there, autographed by Jack, in case somebody wants to get something. And
where are we at with this?
we got the signed shirts and his autographs. And Bob Mulaney is giving away another 5-hour class. So you go over to the souvenir stand, and you could possibly win a 5-hour class to Mulaney Driving School.
Yeah, I'm on day number 3, Bob, and we just covered parallel parking and how to merge onto the highway, so I don't know.
Well, he said the 5th day is his most exciting day, so you're very close.
All right, so the cleanup was quicker than expected, so drivers, get them ready. If you're in the staging lanes in the water, get suited up. As soon as the tractor clears, we're going to get back to it. Dragster doubles, be ready. You're gonna get called here in about a minute or two. Dragster doubles, be ready. Okay, back to round 2 action door cars. Dave Catherman and Daryl Tillman. Just about a second difference here. 6:44 for Catherman in the left, 5:45 for Tillman. Okay, good one here. 2,000 the difference. 009 to an 011. Catherman with the advantage, but Catherman taking too much stripe. Dave got there first by 15 thou, but broke out by 3 thou. 12 or less would have done it. Did not do it today. Tillman, 011, 1 above, 21 total, crossing second is good enough to move him into round 3. Comes Todd Shupp and Rob Croce. I gotta say, some of you guys gotta move your dial boards. This is another public service announcement from Josh. You gotta move your dial boards if they're by the window molding. Can't see the first digit. Lot of culprits out there. Very hard to see in the tower. Just get a ladder, go about 30 feet away and 15 foot in the air, and if you can see your dial, that's good. 11 to a 13, advantage Shupp over Croce. Win light, give it to Todd Shupp, 011, 1 above, gets there by 23. Yeah, so the dial boards in the door car is not easy to see. Usually the chrome, the window molding right there by the door jamb, gets in the way, so a lot of those out there. Here's Tom Hoover now, 613 on the dial, tower side. That pretty white Camaro. Getting a head start over Doug Linden. Another pretty car, 55 Chevrolet. As Mulaney said, that's his best appearing. 511 for Linden. Double reds here, Linden big time red. Hoover on the True Start win there. We'll take double entry dragsters to 5 and 6. Double entry dragsters to 5 and 6. Listen up, dragsters, double entries to 5 and 6. Potential buy for the dragsters this round is Gerard Hamlick in the 349 entry. Gerard, you can go to lane 7 when we call the rest of the dragsters.
Your last car in lane 1 is... Last car in 2 is Charleston away Vega.
Here's Mike Barber and Billy Lieber. 620 for Barber in the left, 609 Lieber in the right. Double O's a pair, 9 to a 3, advantage Lieber by 6 thou. At the stripe, give it to Mike Barber on the double breakout. Lieber's out by 11 thou, Barber out by 10 thou, 1 thou going to Mike Barber. Comes Jay Ralston and Kevin Core. Jay in the Vreelands lane, got a 592 on the Nova, 704 for Kevin, his 71 Dodge Demon. Once again, double entry dragsters, bring it up 5 and 6. Doubles, bring it up 5 and 6 for round 2. If you're any kind of dragster, you should be getting ready. If you're non-double, you should be getting ready where we're gonna put out the call once we see a few of those doubles roll in. Kevin Core, let's go 019 red. Jay was ready, trip zip. Trip zip, but out by 18 thou. Jay Ralston moving on. Okay, here comes Jack Grader, tower side, 531 on the Thunderbird. And Todd Bartman, 6 flat, Valiant, Biondo Lane. Big time green for Bartman. Gonna give Jack Grader the win, 008 on the brakes, and into round 3. Here comes a good matchup. Pair of hitters and door cars, Brock Mosier and Bob Mulaney. Bob coming off of a 000 yesterday. Sat around this morning, and he's back into action now. 619 for Mulaney, 541 for Mosier. Good race here. Both drivers team. Mosier picking up the win. 012 dead on with a 1. 13 total, taking 20 as Bob was 17 1 over and 20 thou behind. So unfortunately, Bob Mulaney is going to join us in the tower here soon. And Brock Mosier is going to see his way into round 3. Comes Rich Osborne and Grant Nichols. Osborne out of Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania, dialed 617, 645 for Nichols. 17th thou advantage going to Grant. Win light goes to Grant. Better up front, slightly better at the finish. 34 above on the brakes, 31 stripe there for Grant Nichols. Final call for double entry dragsters. You should already be in 5 and 6. We've made the call plenty of times. Doubles, get down here. We're going to put out the call for the rest of the dragsters for round 2. Bring it up. All dragsters. That's lanes 5 and 6. DJ Clark and Randy Shiley now. Red light start for Clark. Well, DJ's not going to be happy. He was 21 red and dead on, as Randy was 012, 1 above, good enough. Got Nino Reginella. I don't know. He's got, that's Nino's number, but that's the Northrop Chevelle. 634 for the Northrop Chevelle. 602 Kyle Robb. The Chevy twice. Here we go. 20 to an 84. Big time advantage going to Kyle Robb. Win like Kyle Robb. Northrop car was late. Breaks out. Crosses second. Everything wrong there. Kyle Robb moving on. Made the call for all dragsters for round 2. Need all dragsters. Here comes Erica Grader, her good-looking Mustang here, tower side lane, 597 on the dial. Gonna take on the ever tough Evan Paust, Vega Wagon dial 667. Well, Paust has got her double it up, 6 to a 12. On the double breakout, give it to Erica. She's out by 6 thou. Paust way under, 63 on the 67. So Erica will move her way into round 3. Evan done for the day. Tom Scriff now, Vreeland's lane, 659 on the 86 S10. Getting a head start over Harry Bartman, 91 Dodge Dakota, 621. Eleventh out advantage going to Harry Bartman. Neither driver spectacular off the hit, but give it to Bartman. 2 over the dial. Scriff got there first. Broke out by 3 thou. Did have room, had a 9 thou window, but did not get it done. Advantage going to Hoover here. Win light, give it to Cody. 24 on the let go, dead on with a 7. That's a 31 total package for Cody Hoover. And Mark Price was 32 out the back by 7 thou. No room to win that one as he took the stripe by 6 thou. Couple of guys leaving off the bottom now, Mike LaRose Jr. and Terry Benton Jr. Red for Benton. Mike's 22 and 1 above, good enough. Joey Harrison and Sean Nichols now. 7th thou advantage went to Nichols, taking too much stripe. Nichols had the advantage, takes the stripe by too much. 18th thou, broke out by 7th thou. Harrison coming back, 24 dead on the dial into round 3. Third and final call for round 2 dragsters. Dragsters to the lanes. Sounds like they're starting to put overflow in 1 and 2. Gerard Hamlick, you're the possible buy. Gavin Shoemaker and Scott Tate. Shoemaker 10 better off the hit, 11 to a 21. Gavin turning on the win light, 0-11, 1 above, still takes 43 at the stripe as Scott was 21, made the wrong decision at the finish. Peter Biondo and Joe Dukin about to do battle here. Biondo with the advantage, 009 to an 021. And Pete Biondo moving on, laying down a 13 total run, taking 31 at the stripe. Joe Dukin, 21, 2 over the dial, found himself behind at the finish. Oh, you want to announce? Okay. Bobby Murphy and Kyle Core. Bobby Murphy and Kyle Core.
Bio Murphy and Kyle Core. Here we go. It's almost done. And here we go. Kelly Coyle wins.
Dead on.
Dead on.
210 foul margin of victory. 210 foul.
210 foul.
Race right there. Got Cave Money, Steve Cisco.
Cave Money and says Cisco. Cave Money dial 573 and Cisco dial now 67. looks like Steve Cisco wins. Dead on with a 1. Okay, Money, I'm sorry, but you have to pack your bags.
In the trailer, say.
In the trailer. Pack your bags. We got a little Vinny in the tower.
Dude, don't say that!
Okay. And it looks like... Ooh.
Rich Manginelli.
Which Manginelli win? Next, Tommy Zimmerman, dial not 533. And Mark Dennebaum, dial not 562.
The track's okay. We'll maybe wait till the end of the round. I don't know.
Hey, little Philly, what would you like to say? Oh, here we go. Oh, and it looks like Petey's not being nice. What the crap? Anyways, Tommy Zimmerman gets the win. Hello, everybody, and this is the championship.
Right up there.
John Northbone, dial 631, and it's time. It's the burnout champion, Robert Domino, dial not 523. The burnout champion is in this race, everybody. This is the man.
Yeah.
This is the best. This is where it gets fitted because Robert Domino has won once. So he can actually pull up a win here. This guy.
Make that he won twice.
It looks like he won twice. Little Vinny just said he won twice.
I don't know if it's twice or not.
Yeah, it's twice or once. I don't know, but we got the burnout champion in this race. And we're off. Oh, my dad goes wrong, and he's going. He's going. It's going. And Robert Domino's gonna get the win. I don't know what happened there, but it looks like the contestants burned their tires or something.
What happened there?
And my dad pulled out with the win. That wasn't a very good game for that white car. It's time to pack your bags and go back. It's time to go back. Pack your bags. Going home. Next stop. Daryl Tillman. Tommy Calabro. Tommy Calabro, dial 9612. And dial, the other person, dial 546.
Stand by, Petey.
Oh, wait, hey, do you want to say something, Beaner?
Like what?
Like, say something.
Petey.
Yeah.
See, this is Neutron 16 saying this.
And the Corvette wins. That was a close one to watch. But, Tommy, it's time to pack your bags. They're going home. And goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
So we got Bob Mulaney up here. He's going to hop on the mic soon and plug his driving school, I'm sure. I wonder if they sell the Biondo playbook at the Bob Mulaney driving school. Do they, Bob? The Biondo playbook, you get a discount. Those are two different schools of thought, I guess. We're gonna move into the long cars. Here we go, round 2 super. Mark Morgan and Jeff Wisniewski, first pair out. Well, problems here for Morgan. I saw him let go and then nothing happened. Looks like the car shut off. So Jeff was ready for him, 008 on the brakes. All right, we have made the call for dragsters numerous times. In fact, that goes for all round 2 cars. If you're a round 2 car that has not yet gone down, last call dragsters, last call for round 2. You should be in or headed down. Junior dragsters, get them ready. Like we said this morning, you're going to follow the round 2 cars. It will be time run 1 today, and we will split up the age group, so be ready for that as well. We got Billy Marone now, 453 out of Emmaus, Tower side lane, giving the 110 spot to Vince Schroeder. Got a 463 on his dragster. To a 35. Bill let go a little late on the double breakout, give to Vince. Vince was 14 off the hit, under by 3 thou, and Marone was out by 9 thou, so 6 thou margin of victory there on the double breakout going to Vince Schroeder. Comes Frank Mark and Sean Steffi now. Frank was in the winner's circle a few weeks ago for the 150. Picked himself up 20 large. He's trying to pick up 10 today. 493 on the dial for Frank. Sean, 500 spot going to him, 498 in the Biondo lane. Separated 15 to an 18. Give it to the 18 bulb of Frank Mark. 18, 1 above. Took 4 thou at the stripe. Steffi was 3 thou better off the hit, but 2 above the dial and behind at the finish line. But all joking aside, we do have a $500 bonus today put up by Peter Biondo, sponsored by the Biondo Playbook. We put a little graphic up on the Facebook. You can check it out. They've been calling it a book, but it's a video course. Link to the website is in the Facebook post. It's going to bring up Brian Hoover and Dan Marinelli now. 483 for Hoover here in the tower side lane. 496 over there for Danny. 5 thou the difference, 10 to a 15. Marinelli slight advantage. At the big end, give it to Dan Marinelli. 10 on the let go. Dead on with a 16 total package. Takes 6 thou at the stripe. As Hoover was 15, also dead on with a 7, 22 total. That was the difference. 6 thou to Dan Marinelli. Got Anthony D'Agostino and Brian Balducci now, chicken. 456 for Agostino in his 2021 CNF chassis dragster. 492 for the 2014 undercover of Brian Balducci in the right. Brian's in first. Anthony follows. Double O's a pair, 5 to a 9. Coin toss here. Give it to Brian Balducci on the double breakout. So Brian Balducci under by 3 thou, Anthony D'Agostino under by 15 thou, 12 thou on the double breakout goes to Brian Chicken Balducci. Here comes Bruce Fiorito now. Got a door car and a dragster matchup here in the middle of the dragsters. Bruce got one of the quicker dragsters on the property, dialed in 435. Big supercharge blower on there, 565 for Krasinski. $17 to a 24. Fiorito, slight advantage at the stripe. Give it to Bruce Fiorito. 17, taking 21. Thou at the stripe, one above. As Krasinski was 24. 567 on the 565. No good for Jeff. He's going to be done and in the trailer. Comes Ron Klein, 457. The orange and white dragster here, tower side lane. 493 for Richie Williams. 6 thou the difference, 22 to a 28. Klein with the advantage. Klein gonna turn on the electricity in the left lane. 22 dead on the dial, 28 total. Got there by 3 thou. Richie was 28 off the hit, dead on 3, 31 total, and 3 thou behind in the trailer. Okay, that might have been Tommy Spangler we announced Richie Williams, but still figuring out the tech cards. Quite a few doubles, a lot going on in the tower today. We're still getting it squared away. So Chris Beauchamp, Gavin Roth now. Beauchamp, 456 here in the left. 514 for Gavin Roth in the right. Beauchamp not going to be happy here. Let's go 1 thou red. Gavin was 20. Both drivers breaking out. Gavin into round 3. Here comes Mark Talmadge and Matty Riclitis. screen says 79 Malibu, but that's a dragster for Talmadge. He's dialed 477. Maddie is 2014 American, gonna dial 464. Talmadge left, Reclitus right. Both drivers a touch late. 32 to a 45. Talmadge going to take the win. 32 dead on to 34 total and good enough. Mathematically eliminated was Maddie right off the let-go. Got Josh Speck pulling up here in the Vreelands lane in his 2017 Diamond Chassis Dragster, dialed 447. Gonna take on Dave Rubel out of Bethlehem, 462. Like Josh. Speck was late. Rubel. Well, Rubel was ready. 009, 13 total, taking 21 thou. Nice lap there for Dave. Right where he wants to be for round 3. Comes the other Klein car. It's Chrissy, 2018 American out of Livingston Manor, New York, 464 on her dial board. And Paul Campanella, 453 in the right. Two hun better was Paul Campanella right off the bat, 20 to a 40. Give it to Paul Campanella. On the brakes, 3 above. Chrissy, well, he almost gave it back. Chrissy tightened it up to 3 thou at the finish, but still found herself behind. Got Timmy Markaglu, Staten Island, New York, 445. Tower Side Dragster. Gonna give the head start to Shelby Rubel, 494. Red light start there for Rubel. Automatic win goes to Timmy off the red light. He was 009 under the dial, but he'll be back for round 3. Got Bob Kalipski, Madison Township, PA. His 632 cubic inch S&W dragster, 445 and a 498 for Joe Bonomo. I don't know what happened there for Joe Bonomo. He was 300 better off the hit, 001 to an 031, but 6 over the dial at the stripe. Not sure if he had problems or what happened there, but Bob Calypsy snuck on by, 31 to above, took 13th thou. That one's going to go right in the garbage when he gets back to the pits. Here comes Al Zerniak and Dalton Rolls. Zerniak, left side Bantam, 518, Rolls, 458. Boy, the hits keep on coming. Another upset here. Dalton also going to throw that ticket in the trash. He was 003 red, and Al Zerniak was 53 green. So Zerniak will get a bit of a gift there and move on into round 3. All right, I'm getting bad intel from Bob Mulaney up here. I got the right intel now. He's giving me the wrong information, but now he corrected it with the right information. Near identical reaction times for Grant Nichols and Mark Ernest. Mark Ernest gonna make his way into round 3 as he's 15 dead on 5, 20 pack. Takes 8 thou. Grant was 14, 1 above, and in the trailer, done for the day by 8 thou, going to Mark Ernest. And I'm gonna hand the mic over to the one and only Bob Mulaney, who is a little shy. He doesn't like to announce his driving school, but maybe we'll hear an advertisement here soon. We'll see. Take it away, Bob.
Big Bob took care of that. It's $5 sign up. I'll give you all the info you need. And I'm sitting here, and it's only second round, so you figure it out. Brian Source, Tommy Spangler, staging up. Source left lane out of Orangeville, dial 489. Spangler, Piscataway, New Jersey, 485. Dial for Tommy. 4 to a 28, 24 thou advantage goes Spangler. Win light goes Spangler. 004, 2 above. It's gonna bring Tommy back for round number 3. Source was 28, 4 above on the drop, no good. Spangler moves on. We got Bob Engelman, Tim Armstrong. Engelman left lane, Miller Chassis, big block Chevy, 454 dial. Gonna take on Tim Armstrong, Pack Sinus, Pennsylvania for Tim. And he's dial 477.
All right, we're going to start having the...
Attention in the pits. Listen up, juniors. We need the young group to lanes 3 for your time run, and the older group to lane 4 for your time runs. Bring them on up now. Junior dragsters to the stage and lanes. 13 down, separate them. Advantage Armstrong, but win light goes Engelman. Engelman, 14 dead 6, 21 total. Tim Armstrong's not going to be a happy camper. He was 001, took 29th out to break out by a Hun. Had to take 19 or less. Engelman coming back. Rob Bennett, Justin McGow. Bennett left lane, Kings Park, New York. Freddie Brown Transmissions helping him out. Dial 477, going to take on McGow out of East Brunswick, New Jersey. Justin dial 497. And yes, don't forget, on my driving school, sign up with Bob, Big Bob downstairs. $5 will get you my class. You want it. $5. Come on. I think the hamburgers cost more than that. Come on, $5. Give you all the info you need. $2 red for Miguel, $2 green for Rob Bennett. And he goes 2 above at 143. Miguel, 2 red, 2 under. Gonna end Justin's day. Bennett to round 3. Cammy Manor and Bobby Strunk. Manor left lane. West Edmiston, New York. It's hard to say. Edmiston. For Cammy, she's out 458, gonna take on. They get mad at me when I say this. Second hardest working guy here at Numidia. Bobby Strunk in the altered. Runner up last week. Got half a Wally. Now 562. Manor turns a 2-down red. Bobby Strunk. It's going to move on to round number 3. 29 up front. Goes 5 down. 1 to 561 at 119 for Strunky. Oh, Manor was 2 red and dead on 4. Ouchie, ouchie. Strunky, around 3. Mike Rogers, Ray Bozick next up. Rogers left lane out of Albany. Race Tech chassis, down 478. Gonna take on Bozick from parts unknown, I think Pennsylvania, right? Down 486. $19 advantage goes Mike Rogers. Win light goes to Rogers. 008, 10th thou above, 18 total. Gets there by 10th thou. Bozick, 27, get on 1. It ain't gonna work out. Rogers coming back. Once again, we'll call juniors, young group to 3, older group to 4, and be careful with the cars that are still in the lanes, please. For your sake, our sake, everybody's sake. Just be careful out there. Heather Castelletti, Richie Leone. Castelletti left lane. Precision reaction car. Now 474, last year's track champ. Her brother took over this year. It's this year's track champ here at Numidia. And Leone out of New Jersey. Dial 469, driving one of the Campanella cars. Double 09022, advantage, Heather, win light, Heather. 9 light, 1 above. It's gonna bring Heather back for round number 3. Richie Leone was 22, also 1 above, no good. Heather, Boyko, Castelletti, moves on. Now we got Jack Ostrowski and Billy Boyko. Jacko left lane, East Coast alternator, dial 442 in the Pro Charge car. And Billy Boyko, this year's track champ, also Super Pro champion of the world last year. Billy, also precision reaction car, dial 488. That's for you, Rob, if you listen. Precision reaction. And precision reactions are 2 great lights. 3 to a 4, win light goes. Ostrowski, 003, 2 above, looks like he dumped him. Boyko is 004, gets there by 31 thou. Breakout by 4 thou. 27 or less, but it did not happen. Jacko, round 3. Buck Morgan, Gene Drugan Jr. Next up, Morgan left lane out of Mountaintop, dial 462. Gonna take on Drugan Jr. out of Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Dial 496. Trugan's going to take the win, 19-2 above, as Mark Morgan has problems again. Unfortunately for Mark, he goes to the mat and the thing shuts off. Tough break, Mark Morgan. Trugan will move on. Okay, we're good now. Bill Marone gonna do his burnout. Gonna take on Brad Givler, who did his burnout. Marone left lane. Dialed 452. RPD engines, I believe is his deal. Gonna take on Givler. Givler had a really good start to the year. Hasn't been, he's been going rounds, but nothing spectacular. He'd like to change that. Givler right lane, dial 478. Final call for junior time runs. Youngins, lane 3. Oldens, lane 4. Final call, juniors, for your time shot. Matching 017 reactions. Win light goes Givler. 17 dead, 2 gets there by 9th thou for a 19 pack. Marone is 17 also. Goes 11th thou above. Be 9th thou behind Givler. Will move his entry to round 3. And we got Frank Mark Jr. left lane. Coming out of Newton, New Jersey. Very precise backup procedure for Frank Mark Jr. And he's dialed 494, going to take on Brian Ricklitis out of Pittston, Pennsylvania. Brian dialed 470. And they're gonna both be staged. Frank Mark Jr. goes 10th thou red. Ricklitis, let's go 012, then on 9. It's gonna bring Brian back for round number 3. Frank Mark Jr. 10 red, 1 above. It's gonna end his day. Gonna bring up Brian Hoover and Mark Price. Both these guys here weekly. Hoover left lane out of Catawissa, somewhere over yonder. Gonna dial 483, gonna take on Mark Price, Collegeville, Pennsylvania. M&M chassis for Mark, and he'll dial 473. 6 to a 20, 14th out separate him. Advantage Mark Price. Win light Mark Price. Price 006. 12th thou above. 18 total. Gets there by 11th thou. Hoover was 20 dead 9. 29 total was no good. Mark Price. It's gonna keep on keeping on. Dan Marinelli, Vince Schroeder next up. Marinelli left lane out of East Stroudsburg, dial 504. Dan showed up this morning with 2 cars. Might be in 2 cars, well, so far. Final call, juniors, final call for your time run for juniors. Marinelli gonna take on Vince Schroeder to Shank. Right lane. Shank dial 462. Pro Cars, you're on standby for round number 3. Pro Cars on standby for round 3. Marinelli turns at 1 thou red. The Shank was ready, 004, 1 above. It's gonna bring Schroeder back for round number 3. Marinelli clicks it early after being 1 thou red. Lorelei Hoover in the door car, dialed 608. Gonna take on Jeff Wisniewski. Wisniewski in the long car, dialed 481. Lorelei gonna get the big spot. Here comes Wisniewski, another great one here. 3 to a 4, anybody's race. Win light goes Lorelei, 004, 10th thou above, 14 total, gets there by 2 thou. Wisniewski was 003, 1 above 3. Be behind by 2 thou. Lorelei taking out the long car, coming back for round 3. Paul Campanella, Sean Steffi next up. Campanella left lane, Campy. Dial 453, gonna take on Sean Steffi, who showed up today. Said, hey, there's $10,000 to win. I'm gonna run my dragster. Steffi dial 499. Gonna make a call for Pro ET for round number 3 to 5 and 6. Potential buy. Billy Lieber. Pro Cars 5 and 6 for round 3. Bring them up. 13,000 separate of advantage. Sean Steffi. But when light goes Campanella 16, 1 above. Steffi was 003, took 30 to break out by 3 thou. Ouch. Campy moves on, and your buy run's going to go to a very, very hot Gerard Hamlick. Hamlick out of Hampton Bays, New York, has been on fire lately here. On his buy run, he's dialed 490. Once again, Pro Cars, round 3, 5 and 6, potential buy, Billy Lieber. Hamlick 6 thou red on this end, and he goes. 490, that thing is, let's just say it's a pretty good car. Hamlick to round 3.
Okay, so once again, concession stand is still open. Concession stand is still open for your convenience. Also, souvenir stand is open. Got some new Italian ices. Souvenir stand, check out those new flavored Italian ices.
I'm going to bring up the junior time runs. Generally, they run very early, but because of the rain delays and all the other stuff that happened this weekend, they had to wait around a little bit, 3 o'clock, and they're coming up for their time run. Brother. Got it, Petey. Is it on? Yep, good. This time.
Okay, we got some juniors. Let's see what they can pull up with these time runs. Let's see how fast they can go. Let's see how they go. Let's hopefully no crashes.
Hopefully.
Or else we're gonna have to call it.
Okay, bye. Final call for Pro for round number 3, 5, and 6. Final call Pro ET 5 and 6. Gonna put top bulb door cars on standby. Top bulb door cars, you're on standby. We don't have a whole lot of juniors left. So top bulb door cars, I'm ready. All right, attention in the pits. We're going to call double door cars. Double door cars to 1 and 2. For round number 3, double door cars. If you're doubled, bring them to 1 and 2. Potential buy goes to Jay Ralston. Once again, any doubles, door car 1 and 2. Potential buy, Jay Ralston.
JP, put the butter knives away.
Once again, double door cars to 1 and 2. You see Peter. Peter's here. Double door cars, 1 and 2. If you're doubled up, you should be here. How about Alexa? Trip zip. It was 8:21.
Hey, JP, put the butter.
Hey, JP, put the butter knives away.
Okay, final call for double entry door cars for Super. We need all door cars now for round 3. We'll take all door cars to 1 and 2. All door cars for round 3. And one more time, Loud Squad, J. Ralston 149R, you are the buy in door cars. Possible buy. And just a heads up, we do have the far gate on the far side open. If you're leaving today, you're pitted over there. You don't have to come around the wall. The far gate is open.
And you just listened to little Petey announcing the junior races. He's in the Mulaney School of Announcing. So anybody interested, still time to sign up for the Mulaney School of Announcing. And you heard little Pete. I think he's doing a great job, and Bob Mulaney's teaching him very well.
And don't forget, sign up with Bob downstairs. Big Bob Domino. $5, get you in. He'll take your cash. If it gets up to $10, we'll have a school.
Okay, so Super Pros, just get ready. And Dad, I know you're gonna win this time. We hope.
That's not right, Mulaney. That's not right. Bob Mulaney's telling little Pete, your father's got 2 chances of winning, slim and none. That's not right. Bob Mulaney, that is not right.
I said he has a slim chance. It's not no chance. Love you, Sacamano. First pair, round 3 of bottom bulb. Going to bring up Mike LaRose Jr. and Marty Flegel. This should be a good one. LaRose Jr., last week's Pro ET winner here. And off 584 in the Vega wagon. Could take on Flegel. New ride for him. S10, ex-Mike Christie, all yellow. And Flegel will dial, 628. $17 over 30, advantage. Mike LaRose Jr., win line, LaRose. 17, one above. It's gonna bring Mike LaRose back for round number 4. Flegel was 30 up front, took 26 down, breaks out by a couple. Rose Jr. moves on. Next up, DJ Clark, Grant Nichols. DJ has been hot, your track champ this year in Pro ET. Nova Dow, 675, going to take on Grant Nichols out of East Hampton, Connecticut. 87 Mustang. Nichols style, 645.
I just looked at Mulaney's toolbox. He's got 2 butter knives in there. Mulaney, you got butter knives too? Or screwdrivers?
That's right, Mulaney's playbook. Butter knife is all I got. Big advantage, gonna go Grant Nichols. Win light's gonna go to Nichols. 22 up front, goes 4 above, takes 22 thou. DJ missed it this time. 066, 2 above. Not gonna work out. Nichols to round 4. This beautiful, finally beautiful Sunday here at Numidia. $10,000 on top, big check, waiting downstairs. Put somebody's name on it. Chris Gagne, left lane. Zuzu Hombre is going to deep stage and dial 626. Going to take on Dennis Core. Super B dial 686. 610 spot. Going to go into B. Dodge. Reaction time advantage this time is going to go. Chris Gagne. When I go, Gagne. Gagne 19 up front, 4 above. Dennis was 053. Goes way, way above. Gagne moves on. Kevin Core, Matt Witkowski next up. Kevin Core, Core's Custom, Dodge Demon. Coming out of Myerstown, dial 703. Going to take on Witkowski. Elverson, Pennsylvania, Pontiac Astra, dial 643. Final call, top, all door cars to 1 and 2. Final call, top door cars 1 and 2.
What does it say? Like 609?
6 down, separate them. Advantage, Witkowski. Win line, Witkowski. 15 reaction time, 2 above, gets there by 4 thou. Core was 21. A little bit behind, also 2 above by 4 thou. Witkowski will move on, and your final pair is going to be Roy Hall and Billy Lieber. Billy was pulled for the buy, does not get it. It's going to dial 609 in the Chevy 2. Take on Roy Hall, Firebird, dial 660. Only 2 thou separate them. 2 good reaction times. Slight advantage, Lieber. Win light goes Roy Hall. How about 17 dead 5? Gets there by 6 thou. Lieber is 015. 1 above. And no good. Roy Hall taking out Billy Lieber. I'm just going to say that's slightly an upset. Lieber's done. Hall comes back.
Yeah, could you let the West Lane know that you...
Gonna make a call for double entry dragsters to 3 and 4. Double entry dragsters, 3 and 4. Potential buy goes Rob Bennett. Doubled dragsters to 3 and 4. Potential buy, Rob Bennett.